It can well be that people are engaging with you are not your ideal customers. I had one this morning that said before I came on this call, right? So, I was talking to someone, in Kenya, and he said to me, "Look, I get all my. He's an e-doctor, right? He said, no, so I don't know what's gone wrong. Some days I get three sales, other days I get five, the other days I get none, right? I'm saying, right, okay, where's the traffic coming from? Who are they? It gets traffic from Twitter and from Instagram. That's where I learned that Facebook doesn't work in that country, right? So, he said, no, basically 10% of the visitors, you know, convert. And there's a 10 of this, let me say that properly. 10 visitors a day will engage and potentially convert, whereas 100 visitors a day would never, no, they don't engage and never convert. I'm saying to him, look, my friend, you are talking to the wrong people because the math should be the other way around. 100 will convert and 10 won't. 10 being irrelevant and 100 being relevant targeted people. That's just it's a game of maths. If they're not engaging, then they're not your target audience. The way you're gonna know is by just looking at the data and finding the commonality amongst people. There's no other way. There's no. I mean, you can easily survey your listeners, you can survey your website visitors, you can survey your Facebook followers. As long as you've got the right target audience and engaging with you already, then you can begin to see the theme in who they are. If you've got customers, my friend, please have a look at your customers. Every customer you have, the whole point is that you're going to have a record of them, who they are, what they bought, how much they spent. We tend to put that in a CRM these days in this part of the world, in the Western world. But every company has to keep that sort of data because how are you going to know otherwise? We need to collect. It's our duty to collect that data and make sense of it. There's tools out there. Use the tools out there. If anyone talks to your business, get their data, get their information, get their name, get their email. You're halfway there because then you can talk to them in a follow up, and then begin to work out how do I get more of that person? How do I get more of them? I think it's all about reach and visibility. The more people get to see your content, the more they can engage with it. I say reach, is how many people actually it goes to. Visibility is more about how high up you are in terms of their visual field, call it that. So if you think of something like LinkedIn, you might be on someone's feed. Same as Facebook, same as Twitter, right? You might be on someone's feed. You might be on someone's news feed, right? But in reality, the chance of you being seen if you are way down is very little. This is the quirk of the internet. That's why I say they promise us, fairness and democracy on the internet, fairness for everyone. Everyone can compete. But the truth is, a lot of people pay and do other things to become visible, to rise up, to be the first one we see on a newsfeed. That's the one we engage with. The first three we see is what we engage with. So it's about making sure that you are, you're visible, that they can see you. I'm not going to talk about the quality of content because if your network like your content, they'll engage with it. But if they never see your content, they can never engage with it. If they don't engage with your content, then they can't know what you're doing to be interested in potentially doing business with you. So a lot of it is about, like I say, do what it takes to get seen, number one. And sometimes it's not just, it's not money. And when they engage with you, have a way to engage them and then to turn them in from just people who saw you to people who are actually in your funnel. So you have to find. When I say that, let me try and give you an example. A lot of people have websites, right? And they think that when I consider we're sold that the fact the website is there, if you have a website, they'll come to you and they'll buy. It doesn't happen like that. That's just not true. It's not true. There's millions of websites. There are millions. Again, it goes back to my thing just now about visibility and reach. There's websites out there, but no one's looking at yours. They can't find you. They really, really can't. Even on YouTube, on YouTube, they can't find you unless they're looking. This is our dilemma. This is the problem we all have, all businesses, and it's how do we change this equation? You change it by doing the right things to be visible, to be featured higher up on the platforms you're on. On Facebook, it means paying for ads. On LinkedIn, you can pay for ads, obviously, or you can use other ways that LinkedIn gives you. LinkedIn gives you many methods to connect to your target audience, which works if you're B2B. Instagram, I guess, it's another platform to think about because there are people on there. And again, it's about using the platform properly. So, if I had to give someone advice to my potential client, first I would say to them, look, engage. Don't post and run. A lot of people think it's about their content. It's about their content. It's not about your content. It's about what the platform's willing to give you to make you visible, right? The way the platform would love you and show you to people is if you engage. You spend time there. Like other people's posts. Make comments on their posts. That gives you credits that builds up slowly but surely. It one, it gets you in front of the people who you're commenting on and engaging with. And two, the platform rewards you for the time that you spend on there by showing your content to more people. That formula works on Facebook. It works on LinkedIn. It works on Instagram. It actually works on Twitter as well. A lot of people say to me, "How do I? No one's liking my content." I'm like, no one's seeing your content. How much are you seeing of other people's content? None. I'm saying, there you go. It's as simple as that, really. Engage first of all, and they will engage back with you. And then use the other methods that are out there. Sometimes it's ads, other times it's use the tools. Use the lives. The lives are there for a reason. If you have an event, if you go to a live or an audio event like on LinkedIn, on Facebook, which on Instagram as well, a lot more people will see you because they can. If you never show yourself, if you never do anything beyond just posting, they'll never see you.
Now, a kind of a curiosity, because I know you, in a couple of the answer that you have given, you have stressed the need of sometime pay for ads. So I want you to help me understand it. Are you more into ads, or do you also recommend organic content? What is the difference between the two for somebody that is listening to us just now?
Right. Organic is dead. That's the first thing to say. If anything you take away from what I said all this time, organic is dead. It's like selling someone a dead duck, right? Organic means that you post your content and you hope that people find it organically, free. That's what organic really is. And the word free, it doesn't work anymore. If you want to know why it doesn't work, I'll give you a simple explanation. Right. So I mentioned that when I started on the internet, there were 5,000 companies on the web, right? In the UK anyway, 5,000 companies. It was easy for Google to basically say, right, you're looking for, a podcast on business. These people do podcasts on business, so we will show them. It's easy to list from 5,000 where you can pick the top 10, the top 20, because not everyone's doing the same thing. So now fast forward to where we are today. Google has to pick from billions of websites, billions.